Did you know that 77% of people experience physical symptoms from stress? Or that anxiety disorders affect over 40 million adults in the US alone? It's no surprise so many of us feel lost, anxious, and unhappy. In today's world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, with pressure coming from every direction. But here's the good news: you don't have to stay stuck in this cycle. You can feel better, and it starts with simple, proven strategies that can change how you approach life's challenges. In this video, we'll uncover the truth behind why you feel the way you do, and more importantly, how you can begin to take control. You'll learn how to quiet your inner critic, embrace the unpredictability of life, and start making small but powerful changes that will lift your mood and reduce stress. Stay with me, and let's turn things around together. You're not alone, and you're not stuck. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The hidden power of embracing the chaos. We often think that to feel calm and happy, everything must be in perfect order. The reality, however, is different. Life is chaotic, and trying to control every little thing can leave us feeling more anxious. Did you know that research shows embracing uncertainty can actually improve mental well-being? Studies by the American Psychological Association suggest that people who accept life's unpredictability tend to be more resilient in the face of stress. When we try to control everything, we create more pressure for ourselves. Instead of fighting chaos, why not lean into it? The idea might sound strange, but here's the truth: chaos is often where growth happens. Take a moment to think about your biggest breakthroughs, whether in your career or personal life. Were they a result of calm, structured plans? Or did they come from times of uncertainty, when you learned to adapt and innovate? As the famous author Brené Brown says, courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Life is messy, and that's where the magic happens. Once you embrace the unpredictability of life, you'll stop feeling lost and start feeling empowered to face whatever comes next. Instead of resisting, try making peace with uncertainty. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Changing your mindset about chaos can actually help reduce your anxiety. Remember, chaos isn't the enemy, it's the canvas where you create your best work. By accepting the ebb and flow of life, you can ease stress and unlock hidden potential. Chapter 2. Unplugging from your inner critic. How to silence the noise. How often do you hear that little voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough? Studies suggest that 70% of people experience some form of imposter syndrome at least once in their lives. That's a lot of people battling their inner critic. It's normal to feel self-doubt, but if we let that voice run unchecked, it can cause a significant drop in self-esteem and happiness. One of the best ways to combat anxiety is to silence that inner critic. Instead of letting it control your thoughts, use a technique known as cognitive reframing. This strategy, backed by cognitive behavioral therapy, involves changing the negative way you view yourself into a more balanced perspective. For example, if you think, "I'm not good enough," try replacing it with, "I am learning and growing every day." Here's a simple trick that works wonders. Pause and take a deep breath when you catch yourself criticizing. Then, ask, is this thought based on fact or fear? This small shift can help you snap out of negative spirals. Dr. Daniel Amen, a well-known psychiatrist, suggests that this practice rewires the brain to respond more positively over time. In addition to reframing, practice the power of self-compassion. Research by Kristen Neff found that treating yourself with kindness can significantly reduce anxiety and stress. When you start talking to yourself the way you would talk to a friend, it's easier to manage those overwhelming emotions. By learning how to quiet your inner critic, you'll free up mental space for self-love and acceptance. It's a powerful way to reclaim your peace and reduce stress. Don't let the noise of your inner critic control your life. Take charge of your thoughts, and you'll see your anxiety start to fade. Chapter 3. From overthinking to empowered action. The 5-second rule. Overthinking is a killer. It can paralyze you, cause endless stress, and make everything feel more complicated than it actually is. In fact, a study from Harvard University found that overthinking increases stress and negatively impacts your overall well-being. It's a cycle that leaves you stuck in your head, with little to no progress. The key to breaking free from this cycle is taking action before your mind has a chance to spiral. This is where the 5-second rule comes in. It's simple. When you have an idea or a task that needs doing, count down from 5 and then do it. The concept, popularized by Mel Robbins in her book, The 5-Second Rule, works because it bypasses the overthinking process. You don't give your brain a chance to talk you out of it. Mel Robbins' research shows that the 5-second rule can dramatically boost productivity and decision-making. It taps into your brain's natural impulse to act quickly, and once you act, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment that reduces anxiety. Just 5 seconds can help you break through hesitation and fear, leading to less stress and more happiness. The great thing about this rule is that it can be used in all areas of life. Whether it's starting a difficult task, approaching a new person, or speaking up in a meeting, the 5-second rule is your ticket to moving from thought to action. If you find yourself stuck in a loop of indecision, count down and do it. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to trust yourself and take the next step. In addition to the 5-second rule, you can boost your decision-making ability by narrowing your options. Studies have shown that having too many choices can overwhelm the brain, leading to more stress. So, simplify your decisions, trust your instincts, and act swiftly. Taking empowered action reduces anxiety by making you feel in control, and before long, you'll start to notice the difference in how you approach challenges. If you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more simple, actionable strategies to improve your well-being. Chapter 4. The Joy of Saying No, Boundaries that Liberate Your Peace. When was the last time you said no to something, or someone, that didn't serve your well-being? Many people struggle with saying no because they fear disappointing others or being seen as rude. But here's a truth: learning to say no is one of the most powerful ways to protect your peace. Dr. Henry Cloud, in his book Boundaries, explains that setting boundaries is essential for emotional health. Without them, we can easily feel overwhelmed, anxious, and stressed. Studies show that people who set clear boundaries report lower levels of stress and better mental health. Psychologist Dr. Kelly McGonigal highlights in her research that saying no allows us to say yes to things that align with our values. If you're constantly overcommitting, your energy gets drained, and you'll eventually feel burnt out and unhappy. Start small. Begin by saying no to minor requests that aren't aligned with your priorities. It could be turning down an extra project at work or saying no to social events that drain you. The key is to recognize your limits and honor them. Remember, you're not responsible for everyone's happiness, you are responsible for your own. According to Brené Brown, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others. It's about protecting your time, your energy, and your mental space. When you learn to say no, you free up space to say yes to things that truly bring you joy. By setting boundaries, you create a sense of control in your life. You start to feel more empowered and less stressed. You'll notice a shift in your mental state as you focus on what truly matters to you. It's not about being selfish, it's about being smart and taking care of yourself first. When you set boundaries, your stress levels drop, and happiness naturally follows. Chapter 5. Rewiring Your Mind for Gratitude. Beyond the thank you, gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful tools for reducing stress and improving happiness. It's easy to say, thank you, but how often do we truly feel grateful? Research from Harvard Medical School suggests that practicing gratitude regularly can significantly reduce stress and increase overall well-being. People who focus on the positive aspects of their lives experience lower levels of anxiety and depression. A popular strategy for cultivating gratitude is to keep a daily gratitude journal. But here's the twist: don't just write down what you're thankful for, focus on the small, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. Research by Dr. Robert Emmons, a leading expert on gratitude, shows that when you appreciate the little things, you begin to rewire your brain to focus on abundance, not scarcity. You don't need a grand gesture to practice gratitude. A simple, "I'm grateful for this warm cup of coffee," or "I appreciate this moment of peace," can change the way you perceive your day. Over time, these small acknowledgments create a ripple effect, improving your overall mindset and reducing feelings of anxiety and stress. Did you know that the brain's prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation, actually grows stronger when we practice gratitude regularly? That's why people who engage in gratitude exercises are often more optimistic, happier, and less anxious. Gratitude becomes a mental muscle that grows with consistent practice. By making gratitude a habit, you create a positive feedback loop. The more you practice, the more you'll begin to notice all the things around you to be grateful for. And as you focus on the good, stress and anxiety naturally start to fade. Chapter 6. The Magic of Small Wins. Building confidence one step at a time. When you're feeling overwhelmed, it's easy to get caught in the trap of thinking that big, dramatic changes are the only way to improve your life. But the truth is, small wins add up. The key to breaking through feelings of stress and unhappiness is focusing on the little victories that build momentum. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, talks about how small, consistent actions compound over time. Instead of focusing on giant goals that feel out of reach, start by breaking them down into tiny steps. Each small win, no matter how insignificant it seems, boosts your confidence and reduces stress. For example, if you're feeling anxious about work, set a goal to accomplish one small task. Maybe it's replying to an email or organizing your desk. When you accomplish that task, celebrate the win. This builds a sense of accomplishment, which can help reduce feelings of overwhelm and anxiety. When you accumulate enough small wins, you'll begin to feel more in control of your life. Studies show that people who celebrate small wins are more likely to stay motivated. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that recognizing small accomplishments leads to increased productivity and long-term success. It's about creating positive momentum and shifting your focus from what's not working to what is. Start by identifying just one small task each day that you can complete. It doesn't have to be huge, just something that moves you closer to your goal. Over time, these small wins add up and create a powerful shift in how you view yourself and your abilities. As Marie Forleo wisely said, success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently. By focusing on small, manageable wins, you'll build a solid foundation of confidence and reduce the pressure that comes from expecting too much too soon. If you've enjoyed these strategies and want more tips on how to improve your mindset, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Together, we'll continue this journey toward a stress-free, happier life.